What's up, gang? It's Deltia from DeltiasGaming.com, and yes, I did it. I created another Stamina Sorc while deleting my magic one. You might be asking, why in the heck am I making a video on this? Guys, Stamina Sorc, mark it down, will be the meta in Update 7. They just did another patch change on it, making it even stronger. I wanted to give you guys a sneak peek at what I'll be doing. I'm still going to finish my Imperial Templar, but this thing is absolutely amazing. So let's go hop on the PTS and show you why I'm so excited. So you're probably wondering, why in the heck am I so freaking crazy about a Stamina Sorc? And if you saw that picture earlier with all that weapon damage and stamina, I'm going to show you how I did it and talk about the changes to Sorc, and then just go nuke a couple things to get you all excited about Stam Sorc. Okay, so what really changed? There's a couple things. First off, Dark Teal now has a stamina morph. That's pretty much always been the case, but basically you have an infinite source of stamina, trading magic for health and stamina. That is enormous. People don't use that or realize that, but that's a big deal. Basically, the major thing that changed is Expert Mage. If you read this, increase weapon and spell power by 2% for each Sorc ability slotted. That right there is an utter game changer. Now, setting up your bars is a little different because you're going to set up your bars based on the crit and what you need to maximize this. So for instance, if we look at my weapon power unbuffed, 33,000, I'm going to get to that in a second. And if we just add one skill, let's say we add just random Dark Deal, 3,400. So it's super important to use that. Also, I have the Warrior's Mundus Stone, and if you use Divine Traits and all this other gear, you can even push 5,000 with 35,000 stamina. The big deal is that passive, this little sucker here. Another big deal, Crit Surge, we already knew about that. Major Brutality, that got a buff, and it lasts 33 seconds. That's amazing, because that's how long Rally lasts. The self-heals are fantastic from this. That's a good thing. But Thundering Presence, look at this. The sucker, it's always giving you physical resistance, but now it uses stamina, and if you do it within the first 4 seconds, it deals 200 bonus damage and gives you speed. So you're going to want to activate this nearby enemies, boom, and just get a flood of damage and speed. This is so fast, so fun, just tooling around on this thing. So that's important. And then Bound Armaments. This armor also increases your damage with heavy attacks by 11%, increases your max stamina by 8. Oh my god! And heavy attacks, remember, that's including weaving. Holy dual wield rapid strike, single target, or the bow. It's going to be amazing. Okay, so we got that sucker, and I picked on live server a red guard. Reason why is I have Adrenaline Rush and I have 10% max stamina. Imperial has 10% max stamina as well, but I like this doing the melee damage. I'm probably going to use a Rapid Strikes medium weave on live server once I test it out more, but it'll be a lot of testing and I have to level this guy. So I'm currently on the PTS right now. So if we get all buffed up here, pop my crazy weapon power thing here. Buffed up, I'm at 4,000 weapon power and 35,000 stamina. Yes, that much. The way I got super high was I used 2 light attacks here to proc Molag Kina. Now Molag Kina is really powerful, giving you about 688 spell and weapon power. And also the One Piece adds weapon damage as well. And it has a 6-second cooldown essentially, but you're going to be using this a lot. What I imagine people are going to do on this Sorc, if you want to play melee, I'm going to use Rapid Strikes over Wrecking Blow. Reason being is I can weave with it, and also I can do the light attacks easy. So watch this. Dart. See that proc? If we go in here and check real quick, 4,200. Alright, so now let me show you basically chewing around on this guy. Watch how fun and fast this thing is. Alright, so I'm going to get Crit Surge up. And Steel Tornado spam. There's a 9k, almost a 10k. Boom! Almost a 10k Steel Tornado. Then when this thing is tuned up, locked and loaded, ready to go, what? You have an infinite source of stamina. You have so much stamina. Stamina regeneration out the wazoo. And not to mention, you are blazing fast. Blazing. The thing I really, really like about this is not necessarily only the speed, but the fact that you get massive crit self-heals. So what you can do, like what I'm going to do probably in PvP, is use Hardened Ward as a major bubble here. And then I'm going to put a lot of champion points into either the Bastion, right over here to make that better, but also this crit leech every time you critically strike, and then every time you get critically healed, that's going to add up. Especially if you even put points into quick recovery, increasing the effectiveness of your healing. So as far as champ points go, I'm doing a split between Stam Regeneration and then Stam Reduce Cost. And then I'm going to play around and test on live server if Thermaturge is more damage on Poison Arrow, and what's more damage. Can I use Lethal Injection to get more damage, or can I use Mighty and Steel Tornado? So if we go over here and then pump Mighty back up, let's see what Steel Tornado can do now once we're all buffed. Come here, little critters. Dun, da, da. Dun, da, da. Yes, I can't believe it. I am playing a Stam NATO. Oh, Atronox, those guys are ugly. Alright, here we go. Let's get our buffs up. Crit Surge. Get my ward up. And... ripping off a heavy. Oh, Steel Tornado's hitting a lot harder. Okay, so if I'm in trouble right here, I'm going to use that Hardened Ward. Hardened Ward. Dawnbreaker. Oh, I jumped off like a meatball. That's okay. Because I have infinite stamina. Let's see how hard this sucker hits. Crit Surge. Up now. Oh, Steel Tornado. Oh, daddy. 11k. 12k when they're low health. 11.3. There's so many possibilities of things that you could do and interesting builds with the Stam Sorc now. My mind is flooded with things. So like take for instance one thing if you didn't want to use the Molagkina set. Thundering Presence here will proc Balkan Scoria. You could use that. Or you could use a Steel Tornado with the Lich 2-piece headset and proc those crystals. Or you could do Wrecking Blow and go straight up weapon power. You could do Bow and use the new Sheer Venom set with Execute Poison Injection. The list goes on and on and on. The point I'm trying to make is Stamina Sorc, if this sticks the way it is now, will be one of the strongest classes in Update 7, if not the strongest. So I will be playing that. I deleted another VR14 just so I can make this, because I've got a lot of requests for the Ricochet build to bring that back, bring the leveling back, and I'm going to do it. So finishing the Imperial Templar, finishing the Nightblade, and then doing some DK updates and leveling that Sorc. So just to go over it real quick, because some of you are going to ask questions, and you're going to be like, both of you, what changed? Storm Calling, Expert Mage. Now based on 2% of weapon power for each ability slotted. That's going to be key, how you set up your bars. You're basically going to have one spammable ability, everything else Sorc. And then Bound Armaments, 8% max stamina. 8%. That's insane. That's insane, developers. Why'd you do that? And then Thundering Presence. That has a new change as well. So it's going to be really interesting to see what the community comes up with builds, and especially myself. I didn't even mention Power Overload. Oh my god. This thing in conjunction with Molagkina at a Stam build, it is going to be frying people. So stay tuned. Ricochet is back. Stam Sorc is back with a vengeance. Can't wait to continue playing with it. Thanks so much for watching. If you're going to roll a Stam Sorc, Redguard, Imperial, Bosmer are all really good choices. And I'm probably going to go with Redguard as number 1 just because I want the regeneration and the melee stamina return. Cannot wait to try this thing out in PvP. Stay tuned. Tons more videos to come. Imperial City is rocking.